Have you ever picked up the phone, said hello, and heard nothing? Ugh, the line was open. There was someone on the other end. But no one spoke. And then they hung up. Maybe it happened yesterday, maybe 3 times this week. You thought it was a wrong number, bad reception, some telemarketer's computer having a glitch. It wasn't. That silent call was a test. And the moment you said hello back, you may have given a criminal exactly what they needed. Not your credit card number, not your social security number, not your password, just your voice. Last year, Americans over 60 lost $4.9 billion to phone scams. $4.9 billion. And for thousands of those victims, it all started with a call just like the one you just received. A call where no one spoke. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you will forever change the way you answer the phone. Think about it for a second. Your phone rings. Unknown number. You hesitate. Should I answer or not? Sometimes you answer. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you miss the call, see the notification, and almost call back. That moment, that small everyday moment, is exactly where this scam begins. There's nothing dramatic about it. It's not a fake government agent threatening you with arrest. It's not an email asking for your password. It's just a phone call that no one answers, that no one seems to take seriously. That's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Now I need to tell you about a woman named Sharon. Sharon is a mother. She loves her daughter in a way that any mother understands. And on an ordinary afternoon, her phone rang. The voice on the other end was crying. It sounded exactly like her daughter. It said, "Mom, I caused an accident. There's a pregnant woman who's hurt. I'm in so much trouble." Sharon did what any mother would do. She tried to help. By the end of that afternoon, $15,000 had disappeared. And her daughter, her real daughter, had no idea anything had happened. I'm going to explain exactly how this was possible, step by step. Because understanding is the only thing that protects you. Let's start at the beginning, with the silent call. Somewhere in the world, a computer is dialing phone numbers, thousands of them, every hour. It's called an automatic dialer. Think of it as a robot sitting in a server room that presses the call button 10,000 times a day without any human involvement. Your phone rings, you answer, you say, hello. The moment the system hears a human voice, your call is marked. Your number is now identified as active, as real, like a living person answering the phone. The call drops immediately. Your number is now worth money. It's sold in hidden corners of the internet to scammers who want verified working numbers. Think of it like a thief walking down every street in your neighborhood, knocking on every door, not to rob you yet, just to find out who's home. The moment you open the door and say hello, they mark your house on the map. Now, here things get more serious. Separately, maybe weeks before, maybe years before, the scammers were collecting something, audio clips from social media, a birthday video your granddaughter posted on Facebook, a video of your grandson from last summer, a voice message. 15 seconds of audio, 30 seconds of audio. It doesn't take much. It's called voice cloning. Think of it as a photocopier, but instead of copying paper, it copies a human voice. The tone, the accent, the exact way that person says your name. 3 seconds of audio. That's all the technology needs to build a copy of the voice of someone you love. 3 seconds. Now I want to pause here because there's something important I need to say. You've probably thought, I'd recognize my grandson's voice anywhere. I raised this child. I know every laugh, every cry. A study by McAfee, one of the world's largest digital security companies, found that 70% of adults cannot reliably distinguish a real voice from an AI-generated clone. 70%. That includes people who have known someone their whole lives. This isn't about being tricked. It's about technology that was specifically designed to defeat your instincts. Now comes phase 2, the real attack. Days later, maybe weeks later. Your phone rings again. But this time it's different. The number on your screen might look like your grandchild's number, or a local area code you recognize, or even a familiar number. This is called spoofing, number forgery. Think of it as putting a fake address on an envelope. The letter comes from a criminal, but the sender says it's from someone you love. You answer, and you hear your grandchild's voice, crying. Step 1, the voice says, Grandma, I crashed the car. I'm in trouble. Please don't tell mom. Step 2, a second voice takes over. A man, calm, formal. He says he's a lawyer, or a police officer, or a guarantor. Step 3, he says he needs money, cash, in an hour, or your grandson goes to jail tonight. Step 4, he tells you not to say anything to your bank, not to call anyone else. It could make his situation worse. Step 5, a courier shows up at your door, or they tell you to buy gift cards and read the numbers over the phone. And here's what makes this so effective. Your brain isn't thinking, it's reacting. When you hear a voice that sounds like someone you love, crying, scared, begging for help, something happens in your mind. A switch flips. You stop analyzing, you act. The scammers know this. They built this entire trap around that single truth. The love you have for your family is real, and they've decided to use that against you. Now let me finish Sharon's story. Sharon Brightwell is a mother living in Dover, Florida. In July 2025, according to reports from the American Bar Association and the digital security firm Malwarebytes, Sharon received a call. The voice was her daughter's, sobbing, saying she'd caused a car accident, that a pregnant woman had been seriously injured, that she was being detained. Then a man came on the line. He said he was her daughter's lawyer. He said she needed $15,000 in cash for bail, right now, or her daughter would be locked up all night and face criminal charges. He told Sharon not to tell the bank why she was withdrawing the money, that it could hurt her daughter's credit. Sharon went to the bank. She withdrew $15,000 in cash. She handed it to a courier who showed up at her house. And then she called her daughter. Her daughter was at home. Safe? She knew nothing. The voice Sharon heard, that tearful, desperate voice she knew as well as her own heart, had been constructed by a computer program using clips from her daughter's social media. Sharon said later, "There's no one who could convince me it wasn't her. I know my daughter's cry." She was right. She knew her daughter's cry. But the machine had learned it too. Sharon is not alone. In 2024, more than 147,000 Americans over the age of 60 reported this type of crime to the FBI. The average loss per victim was $33,000. In Florida alone, 6 people were arrested in 2024 for stealing $250,000 from seniors using exactly this method. In Suffolk County, New York, several seniors lost money to the same AI-driven scam in early 2025. I want to say something directly. What happened to Sharon is not a lapse in judgment. It's not a lapse in intelligence. Sharon is a loving mother who heard her daughter's voice in distress and responded in the only way a loving mother knows how. The criminals who did this saw that love and decided it was an opportunity. That makes me angry. And I think it should make you want to protect yourself and everyone you love. So let's do exactly that. Here's the good news. These scammers are sophisticated, but they aren't invincible. There are 4 things you can do. Starting today, starting right now, that will make you much harder to target. Step 1, silence unknown calls on your phone. If you have an iPhone, go to Settings, then Phone, then Silence Unknown Callers. Turn it on. From now on, any number that isn't saved in your contacts goes straight to voicemail. Your phone won't even ring. If you have an Android, open the phone app, tap the menu, those 3 dots in the corner, go to Settings, then Caller ID and Spam, and turn on Filter Spam Calls. Real people leave voicemail messages. Real emergencies have other ways to reach you. Robots don't leave messages. They move on to the next number. Step 2, create a code word with your family. Today, pick a word or a short phrase that only your family knows, something you've never posted online, something a computer can't guess from your social media, a childhood nickname, a favorite restaurant only the family knows, an inside joke from 20 years ago. Tonight, or first thing tomorrow, call your children and grandchildren. Tell them the word. Explain what it means. If someone calls claiming to be family and in trouble, ask for the code word first. Your real grandchild will know it right away. An AI clone won't know. Step 3, hang up and call back yourself. No matter how real the voice sounds, no matter how urgent the situation seems, hang up. Then call your grandson or your son at the number you already have saved in your phone. Not the number the caller gave you, the one you already have. If it's a real emergency, they'll answer or they'll call you back. And here's a rule that will never fail you. If someone, on any call, tells you not to tell your family, not to notify the bank, not to talk to anyone, it's a scam. Every time, without exception. No real emergency requires secrecy from the people who love you. Step 4, report it. Even if you hung up immediately. Even if you didn't lose a penny. Your report helps authorities identify patterns that lead to arrests. It protects the next person they'll call. You can report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov, to the FCC at consumercomplaints.fcc.gov, or call the AARP toll-free hotline, 1-877-9-0-83360. It's free, it's confidential, and the people there have already helped thousands of Americans in exactly this situation. Let's review quickly. Silence unknown calls, now. Create a code word with your family today. Hang up and call back immediately. Always. Report it, even if you didn't fall for it. 4 steps. None of them require you to be a tech expert. All of them work. You're not naive. You're not careless. You're a target because you love your family. And criminals have built an entire industry exploiting that love. But now you know exactly how it works. A silent call isn't a wrong number. It's the first move in a game that ends with someone at your door asking for cash. $4.9 billion were stolen from people like you last year. Not because they weren't smart enough, because the scammers were sophisticated enough. You just changed that equation. Send this to someone you love, a parent, a neighbor, a friend who lives alone, before the phone rings.